Right, YouTube, welcome back to another video. Full day of eating on what I am currently eating to get shredded. I've just wrapped up 30 minutes of fasted cardio on the Stairmaster, funnily enough. Flashback to my bodybuilding days. I've tapered off the running a little bit this week because I'll be completely honest, my legs are feeling cooked after that HYROX sim. It's now 3-4 days later from the HYROX sim, which you would have saw in one of the last videos. My legs are still feeling completely fucked. So yeah, gonna taper off running a little bit this week, but I will be back in full swing with my training very, very soon. We're now off to whip up meal one. I'll see you there. Right, so here we are, focus on me, motherfucker. How the fuck do I do this? No, that didn't work. I'm still trying to figure out the DJI, I'll be completely honest, lads. Now, from what I understand, the camera should kind of follow my head. At the minute, it's not. I'm slightly out of frame, so maybe I just need to stand back a touch. No, still not working. Yeah, I'm not sure if you could tell in the last video, but I was certainly on a little bit of a trial and error run with the DJI. I was staring a lot into the screen there, watching myself as I was speaking, when realistically I need to be staring right here at you, and I wasn't. So yeah, it just looked completely fucking stupid, but we're getting the hang of it, right? We're getting the hang of it. Anyway, meal one. So for meal one, keeping it simple, similar to what we've been having previously, we have 3 whole eggs with 200 gram of egg white, and then we have 85 gram of oats with 30 gram of whey. I do have 2 scoops of creatine in my oats, and I also take my multivit, my vitamin C, my vitamin D, my omega, and my vitamin B with this as well. So that is meal one. I'm gonna sit down and eat this now. Then I'm gonna get on to some work, and then I've just got a few errands to run across the day. I've got to get a new car tire because I've got a flat. I've got to get a haircut because my barnet is looking washed, and I've also got leg day as well, which I'll be taking you through. So yeah, busy day, let's get it. Right, so haircut done. Check on the baby mullet. Tell you what, that's in full flow now. No longer a baby mullet, is it? That is a proper mullet. One thing I did want to talk around prior to heading to the gym was a book in which I finished recently, Atomic Habits. A phenomenal read. Highly recommend if you haven't read that already. But there was a part of the end of that book which really resonated with me, and I feel like we can take the principles from it and apply that to physique development and a transformation journey. But the author James Clear spoke around when he wrapped up his baseball career and decided to join a weightlifting team. And as he was training in the gym one day, an elite level coach had walked into the gym and he got chatting to him. This elite level coach had trained many athletes, even some Olympians. And he asked the coach, what is the difference between the athletes that make it to that elite level and the athletes that don't? He said, it's the athletes that can continue doing the work when the work is no longer exciting. And I feel like we can take that and apply it to physique development and a transformation journey, because the guys that get in phenomenal shape and build elite level physiques are the guys that can continue doing the work when the work is no longer exciting. And I say that because at the start of each and every phase, whether you're heading into a fat loss phase, maybe you're starting prep, you're going into the off season, whatever that may be, it's exciting, right? You have a new training split, you potentially have a new diet set up, and you are absolutely raring to go and hit the ground running. But 4 weeks down the line, 6 weeks down the line, 12 weeks down the line, potentially even longer, the work is no longer exciting. It gets a little bit tedious, right? It gets a little bit repetitive. It might get a little bit boring. Yet the guys that get in elite shape, the guys that build elite level physiques are the guys that can continue doing the work when the work is no longer exciting, right? The guys that can show up each and every week, show up to each and every session, don't miss a meal, box off their steps and cardio, stay in their routine. They are the guys which get in elite level shape, right? They are the guys that build elite level physiques. It's not so much about relying on motivation, because motivation will come and go, right? You cannot rely on that. What it really comes down to are the guys that can continue doing the work when the work is no longer exciting. And that, in my opinion, is what creates an elite level physique. So always bear that in mind, right? No matter what phase you're in, no matter what journey you're currently on, there is going to become a point where the work is no longer exciting. And realistically, it's the guys that can continue doing that and working hard at it that win. Anyway, that is everything there. Gonna head off to the gym now, and I will see you for legs. So an absolutely splendid leg session wrapped up there. I tell you, it goes without saying, but this week that I've had off running, I've just felt so much more energy from my weight sessions. It's been unbelievable. Like just then, throughout my leg day, I felt like I could have just pushed so hard, which I did, don't get me wrong, but I just felt like I could have gone forever. Honestly, insane. Just goes to show how much fatigue you pick up with running, functional training, and how that can affect subsequent sessions, because I always do my cardio first thing in the day and then my weight session in the afternoon. And don't get me wrong, I've still been training hard, but this week I've just felt like fucking Superman in the gym again, honestly. Right, alright. Did it again. I looked into this camera. I need to get used to looking up here. Right, alright, we're back for the post-workout meal. You would have seen this one before. We have the chicken salad bowl right here, 200 gram of chicken, 200 gram of potato, 300 gram of fat-free cottage cheese. So I'm going to eat that and then get into the evening work block. We got a post to do for Instagram. I've got some one-to-one client catch-ups to box off this evening, and then I'm going to try and get some steps after that as well before we're on to the last meal. I'll catch you up on anything in between. Speak soon. Hello, how are we?
That's it, thanks.
How are you? How's your day been? Just new Google Sheets in which we're working off now that are just so much more streamlined. They take away the noise as well. We don't have as much on there as what we did the last one, but making it more streamlined, it just really kind of gives us that clear vision of what phase we're at, and then kind of exactly what deadlines and targets we need to meet. No, in regards to everything, kind of let me know how has everything been going the past few weeks? How are you feeling about everything in regards to training, nutrition, routine?
Yeah, good.
Right, alright YouTube, not sure how well you can see me there, it's quite dark. I actually think this DJI is picking me up pretty well. I tell you what, this is the best investment I've ever made, YouTube videos are going to be coming at you, what's the word I'm looking for? Double time. I think that's the word I'm looking for, I'm not sure. What I'm trying to say is there is going to be a much higher frequency of YouTube videos coming your way on this channel. So like, share, subscribe, and follow the journey. I've got some exciting things planned. I'm going to be taking you all on a journey, trust me, right? We are going to send this channel to the moon. But with that being said, I just wrapped up some evening calls with the lads, had some really good conversations. I think one of the most rewarding things about this job for me is seeing the mindset shift take place in individuals, right? You might see what I do from the outside and think I just get guys in shape, I get them a six-pack, and then that's it, they're done from there and that's their journey. When in reality, what I do is build men from the ground up. Right, it's the case of taking someone through a transformation process, but not just doing it to get them in shape, but doing it in order to build their mindset, right? Turn them into an elite performer, not just in the gym, but in life in general, right? When it comes to being able to take care of their family, scaling their business, working their way up in the workplace, or whatever it may be. It's about building individuals from the ground up, and going through a transformation process and getting in shape is all part of that, and I believe that comes first in any self-improvement journey. For example, I just posted this reel right here, and in that reel I spoke around the time I hit rock bottom, which you would all saw on this YouTube video years and years ago. If you remember this period, then you are a real OG, right? But it was back when I suffered from the cardiac event due to coming down with a viral infection, myocarditis, which is inflammation around the heart, right? That led to a 4-month training ban, and that led to me pretty much losing the physique in which I'd been building 6-7 years prior to that. Within them 4 months, not only did I lose my physique, but I lost complete confidence. I was a PT that felt no authority training the clients in which I had, because I wasn't able to train myself and I wasn't in shape, obviously no fault of my own. It got to the point where I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror, right? I've never actually told anyone this before, but it got to the point where I had to turn the lights off in my room as I undressed before getting into bed to sleep, because I just didn't want to catch the look of myself in a mirror. It was absolutely awful. Even when it came to going out on social events or meeting up with friends or whatever it may be, I was just I felt constantly restricted to what I was able to do, because I wasn't happy in the way in which I looked. I had no confidence, and that led to me being more restricted day to day and actually getting myself out there, seeing people,
seeing my friends, going on nights out, whatever it may have been, even when it came to approaching people on the gym floor and trying to get more clients and build my clientele. It's safe to say I had no confidence, I hated the way I look, and I was a struggling PT. The minute I got the green light to get back in shape, I hired a coach, right? I hired a coach because I knew that I would get back in shape quicker. I started getting some structure in place, I eased my way back into training, cleaned up my diet, got my activity levels up, and by that summer, I managed to get back in shape for a holiday with my mates. That led further into a photo shoot prep. Within that time as well, I also managed to land my dream job. I was a PT on the gym floor, a struggling PT on the gym floor at the start of the year. I managed to not only build that up, but take my business fully online, join in what was soon to be the biggest men's transformation coaching brand in the UK, which is now, as we know, New Gen Coaching. With that, not only did I complete the photo shoot prep and get back in phenomenal shape, but I also ended the year on a content trip to Dubai. Now, that year for me proved that when you get in shape and your health and fitness is in check, everything else in your life benefits as a byproduct to that. The opportunities in which you'll receive, the people in which you'll meet, the life in which you live will be far, far greater just by getting yourself in shape. And realistically, prioritizing your health and fitness, training, moving more, eating clean, it comes at very, very little cost. It's not like you have to invest loads of money into that. So I promise you now, if you feel stuck, you feel like you're at rock bottom, you feel like there's no way out and you're not getting the opportunities in which you want in life, you're not living the life in which you want to be living, you're not showing up for yourself, your family, your friends like you want to be showing up each and every day, just get in shape, right? Get in shape. Start cleaning up your nutrition, start hitting the gym, start increasing your overall activity. Get in shape and watch how your life changes. Rant over. I'm heading off to Aldi now, grabbing a few bits for the last meal, and then I will see you with that.
Right, boys. Last meal. Fucking hell, I've got the fucking berries and the yogurt. Jeez. I can get that sorted. Right, take two. Last meal. Let's have it. Right here, we have 200 gram of chicken with 1 pack of microwave basmati rice and 200 gram of veggies. A little bit steamy. It's almost giving it a nice little smoke effect there. Look at me getting all technical with the videos now. And then for dessert, we have 400 gram of fat-free skyr yogurt, 30 gram of whey protein with 300 gram of frozen berries. This honestly is absolutely beautiful. Right before bed, keeps me nice and full, keeps me satiated, and that will wrap up the full day of eating. So these are very, very similar meals in which you have seen across all my full days of eating. And that is one thing in which I will preach when it comes to the success of your transformation, not only being a man that gets in shape, but a man that stays in shape, right? Is find a diet in which you love and can sustain. Now, for me, that's things like chicken, rice, veg, eggs, potato, skyr yogurt, berries, right? I eat the same thing each and every day. Why? Because I love it and I can stick to it. It's sustainable for me. Find a diet in which you love, with foods in which you enjoy, that you can stick to. Now, don't get me wrong, there has to be certain guidelines to this. I'm not the coach that will turn around and be like, you can still get in the shape of your life without giving up the foods in which you love. Absolutely not, right? Because try dieting on things like pizza, burgers, fucking donuts. You will fail massively, and you'll probably feel shit as well. With that, there has to be some sort of nutrient density to your meal plan. Try and make up your meal plan of mainly nutrient dense, 1 ingredient whole foods. Try to cut out more of the processed shit. Make sure that you're hitting a protein target, and make sure that you get plenty of micronutrients in there, right? Get a diet that is nutrient dense, with foods that digest well, with foods that hit the macro targets, and foods in which you enjoy, right? They're the main 4 pillars when it comes to creating your ideal diet plan. But that is everything for this video. Any questions at all, please let me know. Like, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And if you have not gone all in, then this is your sign. Take care. God bless.